Okay, so Justine and I, we made a Google form that would be kind of an intro to our science class. It has about 30 or so questions, just like general questions about science, but it doesn't have answers to them. It has a Likert scale on like a 1 to 5. And so, like, our first question here, like, how does water move in the oceans? They would answer 1 if they don't really care about this answer and don't really want to know. And at 5, it's like, yes, this is super interesting. I want to know this. So 1 if they don't really care. 5 if this is really interesting to them. We have about 30 questions. They're not really in any sort of order because we didn't want kids to go through, oh, these are biology. I'm just going to go like all 5 or all 1s or kind of thing. They're all mixed up, so they have to read through them. And we also have like pictures going on to make things a little fun because this form can get a little boring with
it's just questions.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we have a picture about every 4 or 5
Right.
4 or 5 questions. Like this one, like what causes the seasons? Unless you live in South Dakota where we just have 2 seasons. So
Winter and road construction.
Absolutely.
yep. So it has all sorts of things, like we have like questions about like body systems, like volcanoes, the earth, some physics, with rainbows and light and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked these questions by looking over the Next Generation Science Standards and tried to pick a couple questions from each section there.
Good.
So this covered 6 through 8, all life, physical, and earth science.
Yep. Yeah, so there's fun ones like, are there real life mutants like in the movies? Well, that stuff gets into genetics and all stuff like that. So you can kind of like trick them into thinking, oh, maybe I do like science. Maybe I do think this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, like about roller coasters with like Newton's laws, chemical reactions, different eye colors, obviously solar system, which is pretty big in middle school. And what our favorite pictures coming up down here. Oh, we also have like a general section, like I want to learn about the human body, like yes or nah, about physics, chemistry, the earth, the environment. And finally, can we light stuff on fire in this class? Do we want to do lab work? Do we want to do hands-on stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We found this like little GIF animated picture that we were really excited it actually moved in our Google form.
And it shows you the chemical reaction so that the students, if we don't get into that, they can look into it more.
Okay.
Right.
I like that.
Yep. Guess one like, can we do more in this class and just listen to the teacher talk and do worksheets? Do they want to do more hands-on stuff, which hopefully is a yes.
Yes. Hope so too.
Yep.
And then the question on how interested they would be in like how they can use science in the future. It's like, are you interested in learning about this or not? And hopefully we'll get a lot of yes, we're going to use this and this is how.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so if we missed anything or didn't get, because these are pretty general questions, just covering like general earth science stuff or chemistry stuff. Is there anything not listed you really want to learn about? They can give us something or nothing.
Okay.
And what you already know about science, they can give us something or nothing.
Okay.
So,
and then maybe because is it anonymous then too, or
so
they'll put their name.
Okay, I couldn't remember at the very beginning if you had what's your name. So.
Yep, they'll put their name, but then we did not allow them to see after they responded. They're not allowed to see other people's responses so that they don't, so they don't know what their friends answered.
How'd you do that?
Just go into settings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let Kristen click it.
Yeah. So
then you just like unclicked everything.
Yep. So it shows show respondents a link to submit another response. We want them to only do one. Can they edit the response? No, it's final. Can they see a summary of responses? No, they only can see theirs.
Okay, but they can see theirs. Cool. Because that's one of the things, like in 408, how we've used Google Forms to do our peer evals and stuff. It's like, I want the students to be accountable for going and finding theirs and then pasting it in another doc so they could keep track of which ones they actually submitted, rather than me being the one that's like, okay, cut and paste and doing all this that way.
And then, Kristen, will you click on the responses page?
Yeah, so we went through a practice response. Just clicked. Oh yeah, see, it even pops up to show us. Now you can switch between seeing a summary of all the responses or individuals.
Right.
You
So
can remove individual
So,
responses.
and we did a test one of just, I went through and I clicked completely random, not even paying attention to the questions.
Yep. So this is our individual one. Our name is test. This is what they clicked for everything. So you can see everyone's individual and what they click specifically. Or you can go to summary and
see what on average the class selected.
yep, you can see whose names all filled in. And yeah, you can see the averages, the percentages. Right now we only have one, because we just did one test. But
that's so handy.
And then for the bottom, it has pie graphs for the yes or no questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then just
yeah, this one we changed the answering system
format, yeah.
because we had it as a 1 through 5, but looking at it more, we're like, that's a really confusing way to answer this question. So we made it a yes or no after we had gone through it. So Justine had put a 5 for our test, and so that's why there's just 1 5 there. For future reference, it would be just like a yes or no, and then eventually the 100% would get smaller percentage.
It's funny, on my active expressions, I have the choice of putting I don't know, yes, no, or I don't know. So it's amazing how many students do. They'll say, I don't know. They don't want to take that chance, so that's really cool. So.
Yeah, Justine, do you have anything else to add?
What's that?
And what we discussed about it was just the simplicity of it could be used if her and I were teaching math or social studies or English. Like, this just format would be really nice for any class you have, to just gauge your students' interests and then use the responses to help, introduce, like, if you're not talking about volcanoes, you could say, oh, well, you guys really wanted to learn about volcanoes. This is how it relates to energy, if that's what we're learning about, or, just kind of make it fit, and it'll help keep the students interested, which will help make them want to learn.
Right. So I think using interest inventories, which is why you had to do it for, well, neither one of you both did the teacher work sample, didn't you?
Yeah.
So,
wait, do you have to do the teacher work sample, Justine?
Yeah.
Oh.
I will, because I'm still grandfathered in as the teacher work sample.
Okay. So yeah, I had to do a teacher work sample too.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that.
Right. But, I think hopefully the PPATs, I really like it so much better, but that's one of the things that they do have to do is create a student interest survey or inventory, but using Google Forms or SurveyMonkey makes it, kids will enjoy it a lot more than having just to fill out a pen and pencil survey too. So, Tyler, do you have anything to add?
No, I think that's an awesome idea. I learned about Google. I didn't make anything. So I just did this class, and I think this is awesome.
Oh,
and it really works for feedback. So instead of in the beginning of class, you can use this or the beginning of the year, you can use this in the middle of the year, and yeah.
Yeah, I've got to think, I didn't use it with your class at the beginning of the year, but Kristen and Justine were both in my Seed 408 class. I always ask stuff, at the beginning, just to get to know the students a little bit more before, and then also what you want to learn. And hopefully what I've started doing now is taking what the goals on the syllabus and then having the students look and see whether or not they match up with what they want to learn, too, so they could see it's not like I'm trying to make you learn, something that isn't relevant. So anyway, but thank you, ladies, for sharing. How about you, Tyler? What do you have?
Okay.
Cassie?
I'm going to sign off, so you guys have a great night.
All right. Thanks, Justine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have fun at the casino.
Do I click stop share now and I'll still be in the group,
Yep.
but not?
You will. And then Tyler can,
Okay.
Okay. Let's
hey,
see.
there's Bessie.
Here we
Kristen,
go.
did you just click on desktop one?
Yes.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Which one can you see?
Right now we're seeing your email.
Yep.
Oh, great. All right.
But that's all right. Just pull up what you need.
By the way, I need to make a new window in this. So MacBook has like multiple desktops, and so
Yeah. Okay.
okay. And so I guess I had it all up on a different desktop, but I'll just pull up. Oh, see, great. Okay, I can't click that.
I was gonna say, is this a new Mac?
No, this isn't older.
Okay, because I love that because I can squish mine and I can see all of the windows I have open, on everything.
So I did Google training, or I wanted to learn as much about Google Apps for like in the classroom.
Cool.
So I didn't make anything for my students to do. I guess I in a way I kind of did, because I learned about how to make sites. Google has Google websites, and so I started making one of those because I would love to have my students kind of have something to log on to and see what we're learning. I know there's Google Classroom, so I learned about that, and then so this is my training. So if you just go into Google Training or Google Training Center here for education, I did the advanced training. I thought I knew quite a bit about Google already, but I just went right in to advanced, which is actually kind of hard. They went into a lot of detailed stuff, and so I just did these little lessons here. So engage in professional growth and leadership. And then after I finished it, it would just do like a check. And so increase efficiency and save time. So on how to, and these are all I'll click on one of these lessons here. So this would be like a lesson in Unit 3. And then, so what will you learn? How to effectively communicate and plan with your students and parents, and using Google and Gmail, and just doing more with Google Drive and the apps. And then, so this mostly works with the apps in this lesson and Google Chrome and Gmail. The ones that I thought were really interesting were the ones that talked about Blogger and the sites, because I have never used any of those.
Mm-hmm. Did you, Mrs. Turner's EDFN 365 class?
Like a couple years ago.
Okay, because I was going to say, she usually makes you guys make a website on Google Sites.
Yeah, I don't think I did that. Maybe I do have a website up on that.
But
and I just forgot about it.
But that's true. I mean, that's a lot. I've been trying it in my classes. It's like, don't reinvent the wheel, but now that's fine, if you don't know where it's at. But
yeah, I'm sure I do have a website from her class.
I think I made one too, but I think I messed up one website. So I did another website. So I've got 2 of them floating on my Google, and I don't know where to find them. And then I find them accidentally, and then I don't know.
Yeah. I think if I just Google my name, it'll come up, because I just named the website Tyler Soldacki or something. So, or Mr. Soldacki, and there's only a few Mr. Soldakis, so.
Right. Well, and I like Mr. Soldacki better. That sounds like a good teacher name. So.
Yeah. And then, so after I did all this, you guys can see all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. And then it just or let's see.
This would be something to ask them too about what learning management systems they use. Do you use Google Classroom, or are you like BH and use Microsoft Office OneDrive, or so?
Yeah.
Now it's funny because I know how to use the Google stuff, but I haven't gone through this training. But now that you've shown it, I am going to do that. But
It does take some time.
Does it?
Yeah. So here's my progress, and so it says like about 10 hours of training. So
Okay.
each lesson takes quite a while.
Okay.
And then so here's like my advanced, and I think so Chromebooks, and you can, so whatever like one-to-one devices that the schools are using, you can learn about Android tablets or Chromebooks as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go back and do fundamentals because advanced training was kind of a little bit over my head.
Okay. So then, in other words, I should probably start with the fundamentals.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
So,
And let's see, you can get certifications. I didn't. You have to pay like $20 or something, and you just take a test, and it just like, it's proof that you know about Google.
sure.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I think this has really helped me because I can effectively communicate with parents easier, I feel like. If I have a website and I share that link with them, or a blog lets them know, like, and have students active in on that blog too, because then they can add like videos that they make or whatever they do, and they can share that on there. And yeah, Google Forms was awesome. Just like pretty much everything Kristen and Justine did.
Mm-hmm.
Taught about that. So
You know,
yeah.
they're so easy to make, but I know the first time, I think it was like 2012 when people were talking, because I'd already used like Google Sheets and Google Docs, but Google Forms, but they're so easy to use and to reuse. That's what I love about them. So is just make a copy and then change it, switch it up to what you need it for the next thing. So
And this is what the kids know too.
mm-hmm.
They know how to use technology.
Yep.
So
Yep, they do.
getting on their level.
Yep, that's right. So thank you. Kristen
Yeah.
or Cassie, do you guys have any comments or?
I think that was really good, Tyler. Like student centered on you, but on how to like communicate better with your students. And then since you know how to do it, you can show them how to do it and pick up different trainings to do like quickly in class to show them what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a little overwhelming at first, but like the more you get into it, it's like really user friendly and stuff.
Yeah. And they through those lessons, they give you a lot of ideas too, like on how to use YouTube and Google Hangouts and stuff. So
Mm-hmm. So
there's a lot of
I do like Zoom better than Google Hangouts, but my Google Hangouts that I've tried to haven't been near as nice as these, and as far as screen sharing and such, but but I like all the other Google stuff. So thank you very much for sharing that. So I'm glad that you got to do some investigating on it after all. So Cassie, you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but it won't switch to the front facing. It's on the back camera, so that's why you're seeing a wall.
Okay. Maybe, but you should, if you go down at the bottom, it's like I did a swivel recording of people. And part of it was with using the back camera. That was not very good. I know that. So it happens. But I think like for you, if you can just go down to the green share screen, you should stay okay. And you can share we'll just see your back wall.
Okay.
We'll hear your voice and we'll see your screen.
Okay.
And also what I'm doing with these recordings is I will post them to my Google Drive and then I'll send links to them all to you. So that way you can watch the other people's too if you are interested. Because everybody did different exciting things. So, and that's the main thing, is I just wanted you to do something that would help you, that would be student-centered, that you could see yourself using in the future.
Can you just upload this to YouTube pretty easily then?
What's that?
Is this going to be a YouTube link or what?
Do that. I mean, actually, the thing that's really nice is they're downloaded as MP4s, and then like if I put them on my Google Drive, but which would be better? Would you like them on? I could do YouTube really easily, so maybe I'll just do YouTube.
That might work.
It's just one extra step, and that was actually something when I had the week 6 check-in in the class, because I had started off, I was just posting MP4s, and someone had said that they wished that they were like YouTube videos because they were having trouble like downloading the MP4s and stuff. So I can do that really easily. So
yeah, I think YouTube works well, and then you have your I don't know what you call it, kind of like your profile thing. So like all of your videos are in one page, which is really nice and easy.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me how just within the last 5 years, how much technology has changed teaching and learning with Chromebooks, the iPads, the YouTube, the Google, just so many good things. Did I talk to you about Schoology? I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. You emailed me about that.
Okay. That's really, I mean, it's so nice. It embeds with all the Google stuff really well. So, okay, we can see it, Cassie.
All right. Well, I just did a unit plan, and I just did it on Word. And my 5-week unit plan is for writing a persuasive essay for 8th grade students.
Okay.
And what they would end up doing is we would start out with just doing some brainstorming to kind of get the ideas flowing. They would do 3 sets of journals. One would be things they love and hate about home, things they love and hate about school, things they love and hate about the world. And then we would move on, and they would then go through those journals that they came and pick their topic. We would talk about like what a persuasive essay was and what the point of this was, and then they would write them. We would, as they are writing them and everything, we would do writing conferences where they would meet with me individually, and we'd go over their essays and catch grammar mistakes and make sure that everything was clear. And then when they are done writing the essay, they will then convert them into letters and send them to the people to try and solve their problem, because it had to be something that they felt passionately about, like a problem with the school or something that they thought needed to be changed at home. And then they would send these to the people and try and convince them to change. And that's basically what it is.
Were you able to use it during your student teaching at all?
Yeah, I did do this during my student teaching.
Okay. How did it go?
It went really well, and the kids were so excited because several of them got responses to their letters.
Okay.
They weren't required to bring them in, but they all brought them in and shared them with the class. And
Cool. So the only thing, and you're probably going to just, all of you are probably going to say I'm getting old, but just the word hate. Is there a more, a better word than, but I suppose it is. It's a love-hate relationship. If
you change it to dislike, I feel like you got to change love to like, which I feel like those words aren't as strong.
And we wanted them to have a strong passion for the subject that they chose, and that's why we chose the words either love, you either love it or you hate it.
Okay, that makes sense. So
I think with using the terms like love and hate, you go and like you tell them why. Like it's not a like dislike. It's not like a neutral thing. Like you either love it or you hate it, and tell me why.
Right.
So
Black and white.
yeah,
Right.
if you go into why you're using those words, I think it's not as harsh, kind of.
Yes, I agree with it too, because that's just, that makes perfect sense. So did they write letters to the editor then, or?
They wrote, like, say it was an issue with the school, then they would send them to the school board
Okay.
or the principal. So it was whoever would be able to fix the issue or maybe make the issue better.
Okay. So was there some change that happened?
I don't know about that. I mean, we just did this, so I don't know if there's going to be any change, but I think it did bring some awareness to, like, the school board and stuff, that the students are seeing issues and wanting them to be fixed.
That's awesome. So getting them involved and to, be a part of the democracy and taking responsibility for what goes on. So that's cool. Well, thank you all for meeting on this Sunday after some of you have graduated and everything, but I really appreciate it, and I have really enjoyed working with all of you this semester too. So I hope you all have a good summer, and Tyler, I hope you keep me posted on how it goes. Where's it at? You said Colorado, but where in Colorado?
So Longmont, Colorado.
Okay.
And the school is called Sunset Middle School.
Sunset Middle School. So
Yep.
there's a lot of packing plant there. So, but so there probably is some diversity, but that would be good. You'd be good.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, well, thank you all, everybody. And like I said, I'll post these to YouTube, and then I'll share them that way. Okay.
All
right.
All right. Bye-bye. My time, that's the only thing. I either have 30 or 40 minutes, and my time is running out. So it's time to start the next one anyway. So we'll see you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You too.